Have you ever pondered on the immense power one person can wield to alter the trajectory of an entire nation? This concept may appear abstract, but it is embodied in the life story of Narendra Modi, the current Prime Minister of India. His narrative is a vivid illustration of the potential that one individual holds to bring about change in a complex nation like India. Modi's journey, akin to an epic tale, is filled with noteworthy incidents, immense challenges, and numerous victories. Criticized and praised in equal measure, his path has been anything but smooth. Thrust into the political spotlight, his actions and decisions have stirred controversy and debate, sparking narratives that have far-reaching implications. However controversial or praiseworthy they may be, these actions have undoubtedly shaped and reshaped India's socio-political landscape. His journey, marked by controversy and criticism, has left an indelible mark on India's socio-political landscape. Born in 1950 in Vadnagar, Gujarat, Modi's journey into politics began with his early association with the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, commonly referred to as the RSS. As a young boy, he was deeply influenced by the discipline and nationalism embedded in the core principles of the RSS. This was an organization rooted in Hindu ideology, aiming to foster unity among the Indian community through the propagation of Hindu values. Modi's involvement in the RSS proved to be a stepping stone in his political career. The organization's beliefs and practices played a significant role in shaping his political ideologies and leadership style, creating a strong foundation for his future political endeavors. The RSS was instrumental in the formation of the Bharatiya Janata Party, a political faction that maintained strong ties with the RSS. It was this party that Narendra Modi eventually found himself leading, rising to become one of India's most influential political figures. The political party that Modi leads today, the Bharatiya Janata Party, owes its ideological backbone to the RSS. Fast forward to 2002, when Modi was the Chief Minister of Gujarat. This was the year when India was stirred by a major upheaval, an event that will forever be stained in the country's history, the infamous Godhra Riots. A sudden outbreak of violence was so unimaginable, it shook the roots of the nation, causing a deep and indelible scar. This turmoil, this chaos, was not just another footnote in the annals of time. It was a moment of change, a moment of reflection, a moment that would later be seen as a turning point. The Godhra Riots were no ordinary event. It was a cataclysm that would shape the course of Indian politics in the years to follow. The riots' aftermath saw a shift in the political landscape, a shift that was evident in the rising trajectory of one man's political journey, Modi. The violence that ensued not only etched a deep scar on the Indian psyche, but also became a significant point of reference in political discourses. This epical incident is often cited as a turning point in Modi's political career. As the years went by, Modi's ascent to the zenith of power was punctuated by an array of controversies that drew widespread attention. His seemingly close relationship with corporate giants such as the Adani and Ambani families, iconic figures in India's economic landscape, raised serious questions about the impartiality of his administration's approach towards the economic system. The charge was that the scales of economic justice were tipping in favor of the rich and the powerful, pushing the common man to the margins. Economic indicators also seemed to reflect a downturn during his tenure, corroborating critics' assertions. The nation's economy, once a beacon of robust growth, seemed to falter and stumble under his stewardship. Critics were quick to point their fingers at his policies, arguing that they were the root cause of the economic slump. The economy experienced a downturn under his leadership, with critics attributing this to his policies. Another point of contention has been Modi's personal life. Although he is in the political spotlight, his private life remains veiled in mystery. In spite of his high-profile position as a leader of a vast nation, his relationship with his wife seems to be characterized by a sense of distance and detachment. Some might say married in name only, others might argue that politics has taken over his personal life completely. Modi's marriage is a topic that has often raised eyebrows and sparked curiosity. It's unconventional in many ways. he has chosen to keep his spouse out of the limelight, leading a life that seems to be separate from his own. Many wonder why this is so, but only vague explanations have been offered Modi himself. His wife, though officially married to him, is seldom seen or heard in the public domain. This unusual marital arrangement has led some to question his motivations and intentions. His consistent reticence about his personal life is seen by many as a deliberate attempt to keep it under wraps. Critics argue that his silence on the matter is a sign of his unwillingness to be transparent in his personal affairs. This, along with his reluctance to face the press, has led to a perception of a leader who shies away from public scrutiny. His personal life, like many aspects of his leadership, remains a contentious issue that continues to fuel debates and discussions. Modi's tenure has also been marked by a series of geopolitical missteps, leading to strained relations with India's neighbors. The Prime Minister, throughout his time in office, has made headlines for his international diplomacy. Yet, his approach has often been seen as flawed and has led to serious repercussions, impacting the country's ties with its immediate neighbors. Despite his initiatives to strengthen relations with global powers, the often overlooked and misunderstood regional politics have incited tensions. Modi's foreign trips have been numerous, with a goal to boost India's image on the international stage. However, these trips have been viewed with skepticism, as he has yet to visit areas within his own nation that are grappling with conflict, like Manipur. Areas that demand attention due to their geopolitical importance and the challenges they pose to national security. These areas are often neglected, leading to a surge in dissent and criticism. His frequent overseas trips, while failing to visit the strife-torn region of Manipur, have drawn criticism. Religion, a sensitive subject in the diverse nation of India, has been a persistent theme in Modi's tenure. The religious dimensions of India, a nation of over 1 billion people, are as multifaceted as its vibrant culture. The country houses a multitude of religions, with Hinduism and Islam being the most prevalent. Amidst this rich religious diversity, the political arena is often fraught with tension. Narendra Modi, the country's Prime Minister, has found his policies scrutinized through the lens of religion. His affiliation with the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, RSS, a right-wing Hindu nationalist group, has generated substantial debate. Moreover, his endorsement of the construction of the Ram Mandir, a Hindu temple on a previously disputed site, has intensified these discussions. Critics argue this reveals a pro-Hindu bias, while supporters defend it as a legitimate expression of the majority's religious sentiment. His affiliation with the RSS and the construction of the Ram Mandir, a Hindu temple on a disputed site, have fueled accusations of a pro-Hindu bias. However, perhaps the most contentious issue has been his administration's perceived hostility towards Muslims. This issue is not one that has developed overnight. It is a culmination of a long-standing narrative that has gained momentum over the course of his tenure. The administration's actions, policies, and rhetoric have all contributed to this perceived hostility. Each decision made has been underpinned by a seeming disregard for the Muslim community, further fueling the accusations of bias. The controversy has been inflamed by a recent decision that has rapidly become a flashpoint of contention: the ban on hijabs in government-run colleges in Karnataka. This move, immediately criticized by many, has been seen as a clear act of discrimination against Muslim women, directly impacting their rights and freedoms. This was epitomized by the recent ban on hijabs in government-run colleges in Karnataka, a move seen as discriminatory against Muslim women. In conclusion, Narendra Modi's tenure as the Prime Minister of India has been a roller coaster ride. His leadership has been marked by controversy and criticism, with critics highlighting his audacious policy decisions, fraying secular fabric, and overlooking of democratic norms. But one cannot deny the substantial socio-political changes he has brought about in the country. He has initiated numerous programs aimed at elevating India's global standing and improving the lives of its citizens. From economic reforms to social empowerment schemes, his strategies have aimed to turn India into a self-reliant nation. Despite the criticism, his popularity among masses is undeniable. His actions, whether appreciated or not, have indeed shaped and continue to shape India's narrative. For better or worse, his decisions and their implications will remain under the lens of scrutiny and will continue to be scrutinized in the years to come. However, as observers, it's crucial to remember that the actions of one individual, however powerful, are but a fraction of the complex tapestry that is a nation's history. We need to understand that a nation is like a mighty river, and just as countless droplets comprise that river, so too does the collective actions of individuals constitute a nation's narrative. The weight of history is not carried on the shoulders of one, but the many. It is easy to attribute significant events to single figures, but it is essential to remember that they are part of a larger context, a context that is shaped by the actions, thoughts, and aspirations of countless other individuals. A government, a leader, or an influential figure is not an island unto themselves. They are enmeshed, intertwined, and inextricably connected with the citizens of the nation, with the common man and woman who go about their daily lives, contributing their own threads to the nation's tapestry. And these threads, they are not silent or unimportant. On the contrary, the strength of a nation stands on the collective spirit of its citizenry. A single thread might weak, but woven together they create a fabric that is resilient, robust, and reflective of the nation's character. And this is where the true power lies, not in the lofty heights of political power or the strong grip of military might, but in the hands of the ordinary citizens, the everyday people who create history in their own small ways. They are the ones who possess a unique power to shape their environment, their community, and their nation at large. Their ability to mold, to change, to shape, to influence, and to determine the course of their nation's future is the essence of a truly democratic society. The true power lies in the hands of the people and their ability to shape the course of their nation's future.